I bet you didn't know that women have been playing ice hockey nearly as long as men. The first recorded women's hockey game was played in 1889 in Ottawa. Women's hockey leagues thrived in Canada through the 1930s. After World War II, interest in the women's game declined through the 1960s. Today, ice hockey is one of the fastest growing women's sports, with the number of participants increasing 350% in the last 10 years. While there are not as many organized leagues for women as there are for men, there exist leagues on all levels. One such league is the Canadian Women's Hockey League, which is one of two major ice hockey leagues in Canada. The league was founded in 2007 and currently has 6 ice hockey teams. 3 in Ontario, 1 in Quebec, 1 in Alberta, and 1 in Boston, Massachusetts. Someone who knows about women's hockey is the coach of the Chelmsford High School girls hockey team, Lenny Rowe. A few of the players on the Boston Blades played for him. Coach Rowe explains how he began coaching the girls team.
Well, I had 3 daughters, and they all went into figure skating. And the figure skating organization asked the middle one not to return because she was disruptive. Maybe she should take speed skating. So instead of speed skating, she wanted to go into hockey. So she went into hockey at 6 years old, and here we are. Then the youngest one followed her as a goalie, and the older one transferred from figure skating to hockey as a defenseman.
And where are they today?
Well, one is working for the Bruins, the oldest one. She played a year at Southern Maine, and then 3 years at UMass Amherst.
Good for her.
Yeah. The middle one, 4 years at St. A's. She was a captain up there. And the youngest one is now at UNH, but she's not playing hockey, she's playing rugby.
Coach, tell us about some of the recent successes or challenges of this particular girls ice hockey team.
This team is probably the most skilled team we've had over the 12 years existence of this team.
Is that how long you've been coaching, 12 years?
Yeah, we started 12 years ago.
What is your goal of coaching the girls?
Well, actually, my goal has always been to coach them until a female, a qualified female, shows up and says, let's take this over. Because I don't really believe that the girls should learn that a male should have to run this. It should be run by females. And right now, as an assistant coach, I have my daughter Sam, my middle daughter, and she's the JV coach. But maybe she will, maybe somebody else will, but it really should be run by female coaches.
How do you help the girls, or do you help the girls get into college programs to continue their hockey playing years?
If they tell me what colleges they're interested in, we'll call up the coaches, and they'll come watch. We'll send them, information, and it seems like when you start winning, like we were 6-0 at one point, you see the college coaches there. I've seen 2 in the audience. One's already contacted me, and to talk about different people.
Interesting to see 2 sets of sisters playing hockey on your team at the varsity level. How much do you think that helps the girls' team, that you have sisters who know each other well?
Well, the Kenders, it's like really not having sisters, like having one player. They both think the same. They're both very, very dedicated. It's hard to explain, but working with them is like working with one person pretty much. Even though one's a forward and one's a D, it's so that's not that way. But we've had sisters in the past, and I think it helps. I mean, when my youngest came in, my middle one was still on the team, and she helped her through it. Because I noticed when freshmen first join the team, they have a tendency to be a little behind or a little lost, only because of maturity level maybe the confusion of all the new excitement or the new information. But they always seem to be a step behind. So we try to assign, if we get a freshman on a team, we try to assign a senior to the freshman. And when it's sisters, it's even better.
What do you attribute your success here to?
That's a tough question. I know we don't treat them like girls, we treat them like hockey players. We have difficult practices. We throw clinics all summer, and we have all age groups through the summer, and we skate them hard. They seem to like it. And so that's one thing. Also, we'll bring in younger players and we'll work with them with the theory of them being, as a junior, as a senior, getting a lot of ice time, but maybe as a freshman and a sophomore not getting that much ice. And that helps because they learn the systems and they learn what we're trying to accomplish, and by the time they're senior, they're usually a pretty dominant player.
Do you foresee in our future seeing women play hockey at a professional level?
That would be difficult because the strength level and the quickness level is difficult. As a goalie, that's happened. There's been professional goalies. As a player, it'd be tough because you could have the most skilled female player, then they go out and play with the boys and they get knocked around, and it doesn't take long before they get hurt.
What about, though, the lack of checking? Do you think that detracts from the game or adds to the game?
I like the game of checking. I like first man on the body, second man on the puck. That's all fun stuff. But, these are still women, still young girls. You don't want them out there mashing each other. And the girls' game is a more finesse game. They just can't go in and knock somebody down and take the puck away. They've got to finesse the puck away. They've got to get good angles. They've got to have real good skating abilities. So personally, I like the boys' game, but I don't think they're different. And the girls' game is more of a European style of skating and passing, where the boys' game is more of a muck it up.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.